Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season. We're in the 2019 mod with the 2020 car set, and we are here for race one of the doubleheader at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, and a few rows up on the inside is Brandon in that WreckingandRacing.com podcast Toyota. So if you're a NASCAR fan looking for a new podcast, head on over to WreckingandRacing.com or look for it on all of your podcast providers. We are doing 10 laps here at Pocono, 250 simulated miles down to 25. Look for the next race tomorrow. No pit stops. We've got 13 laps of fuel in the tank, so it is going to be all green with no pit stops down the longest front straightaway in NASCAR. Long enough to land a 747, and we're forcing our way to the middle. Austin Dillon down there on the inside. We've got the 38 of Nemechek. Oh, into Benedetto a bit. Hey, Reddick turns us right back the right way. No yellow, and I don't know if we have a whole lot of damage. It hurt our momentum a bit, but we are back under our own power, and the car feels okay thus far. 2K3 is a lot more forgiving than iRacing as far as the damage model is concerned. Brandon already making a lot of good moves. He's up to third. William Byron in the Hertz Camaro is up there leading the race. So we've got a little bit of work to do. If these guys are running side by side through turn 3, we might be able to get the big pull down this front straightaway off of Newman with the Benedetto up there. Everyone clean and green thus far. And a massive run. We can get the run off of Reddick, go 3 wide. And I think we'll be able to get in behind Nemechek. No, the 21 of De Benedetto fills that bottom groove. We'll roll out and get the car set on the bottom here. You can see those skid marks. And very lucky that we're able to keep the car under us and save it. Under the 21 here, and we can get the run off these guys going side by side down the Long Pond straight. Under John Hunter Nemechek, we're not going to force 3 wide into Indianapolis here. We'll stay right under Truex and roll Jimmy Johnson. And this should set us up very nicely for the straightaway. Looking forward, I can't see. Nope. So Byron still leads. Hamlin looking under Brandon for second, but Brandon up to second place, getting that pull off of Byron. And we've got these guys in front of us. We can get a good run 3 wide there momentarily. Austin Dillon putting us 3 wide. We've got the run. We might be able to get under the 9 of Chase Elliott as well. Get the car settled and turned in on the bottom right on that curbing. And we'll be able to clear Chase off the corner and even get Kenseth up on the high side. Carry the momentum 3 wide on Harvick and Busch. Hopefully we can complete this pass before Indianapolis, and indeed Kevin doesn't give it to us, but we're under him, and side by side like that, Harvick rolls out with Kyle Busch on the outside. Single file now in front of us, so it's going to be a whole lot of drafting here to make up the time that we've lost. Brandon has assumed the lead in front of Byron. 3rd place Hamlin, 4th place Almirola, 5th place Joey Logano, and we are running in 6th. And now I'm not feeling so much pressure from all these guys around. Everyone else is pretty much getting single file now and getting strung out. It's all about corner exit speed and getting that pull down the straightaways. We should be set up nice here on Logano. If we don't wash up, we had to roll out of the gas just a bit there, but right behind Joey. We can use that momentum down into turn 2. And if we can complete that pass going into the corner before the corner exit, that would be ideal. Logano still to our outside, rolls out, and we'll be able to get right out to the wall behind Almirola. So making our way forward. Time really isn't on our side much this race, but we are catching the lead pack just a bit, running some fast laps here, especially if Almirola gets side by side with Hamlin. That's going to help our approach for sure. Almirola stays right glued to that 11. And I don't know if he's going to peek out in any way, shape, or form. Is he going to duck out? Temperature gauge now climbing. We have as much tape on this thing as we can handle. Luckily, the temperature does go down when we roll out of the gas into these corners. We've got the engine pretty much as hot as it can be without grenading. Get that run off the 10 and the 11. This is going to be a little bit tricksy getting into turn 2 under Hamlin. And Hamlin does indeed roll out right on our right corner. Almirola takes advantage to the inside, and now we're picking off Byron. Luckily, we have enough air on the nose to keep that engine nice and cool. We washed out a bit there. That's going to hurt our overall speed. Hopefully, we can at least sniff off of William Byron a bit. And like I said, with no pit stops to do unless a caution comes out, and even then, I don't think the AI would pit. We have to run what we've got. Let's set into turn one. Brandon scrapes a bit going into turn one. A good turn one for us here. We can get that launch off to the Long Pond Straight, and now I think we are sniffing William Byron a bit. Yeah, we should be able to complete the pass off of turn three, I believe. And Byron runs a wide arc into the tunnel turn. Not sure what that was all about, but we managed to maintain our gap. In turn three, we don't want to overdrive. We want to make sure that we keep our left sides right on that curb if we can. It's a long corner, but the earlier you can get to the gas, that helps you the entire length of the straightaway, and we'll be helped out a bit by this pull. I imagine that engine temperature is going to pop just a little bit here going into turn one. Okay, so not bad. Temperature is fine. And good run off of turn one. This is where we're going to set up, possibly on the Long Pond Straight indeed. William Byron does not get that run off of turn one. We'll get to his inside, complete that pass in turn two. Hopefully before the exit indeed, William Byron does roll out. So now it is just us and Brandon, and he's stepped out that lead a bit. We managed to catch him a bit. I don't know if he overdrove, say, turn three. But we need to get that draft off of Brandon as much as we can and try to help that pull. The race is already halfway done here, and we've got all this work to do. We want to get off these corners as best we can so Byron doesn't get a sniff on us anymore, and we shouldn't have to worry about our engine temperature too much as we're not drafting off of anybody just yet, keeping that airflow nice and snug on the nose. And it looks like the exit of turn one is where we are really, really good. Byron drops back a bit out of drafting range. So as long as we don't miss up any corner entries or exits here, I don't believe Byron is going to have anything for us, but Brandon is running the same setup that we are, so it's all going to come down to driver skill here on if we can bridge this gap or not. We missed turn three just a little bit. Easy to do. It's the flattest part of the course, modeled after the Milwaukee Mile. And Byron is there within drafting range now, and it looks like Almirola behind him, so a Congo line behind us. And it doesn't look like that we gained any on Brandon in that exchange. If only we could draft up just a little bit and get a little bit more speed down those straightaways, that would be ideal. And once again, Byron struggles with turn one. The thing with Pocono, you really set up for one, maybe two of the corners, but there's going to be one corner that the car isn't ideal and you just sort of have to fight through it. For us, turn three is probably that corner that isn't ideal. It just depends on how well we hit this entry. Wash out just a little bit, trying to overdrive a bit. Carrying this speed down the straightaway, but Byron did not make up any time, and already the white flag is out. This is the last lap of race one of Pocono. You can tune in tomorrow where you will see race two of Pocono. It's another 10 laps, trying to duplicate the double-header field that the original schedule had. Really trying to get the power down on turn one. We may have caught a little bit, but those AI cars have really dropped back. So if Brandon gets through turn three, like he has been this race, he will take race one and full race points for this race and the next. So a lot of point movement possible here in these back-to-back races of Pocono. Feel like we're just getting started here. but we'll come off turn 3 in second place. Brandon will get that win. And Brandon does indeed win Pocono 1. We come across the line in second place. Looking at third, we've got William Byron in third place. Fourth place, Eric Almirola. Fifth place, Denny Hamlin. Sixth place, Joey Logano. Seventh place, Kevin Harvick. Eighth place, Matt Kenseth. Ninth place, Kyle Busch. And rounding out your top 10, Chase Elliott. Not far behind Jimmy Johnson, Alex Bowman, and some side-by-side racing. And yeah, the side-by-side was interesting indeed. Coming down the front straightaway side-by-side. I mean, this is what Pocono is known for, that long straightaway and everyone trying to get a pull on everyone else. But not a bad race for us overall. Let's take a look at that very first spin on lap 1, where we get into De Benedetto a bit in turn 1 and then get righted by the 8 car of Daniel Hemrick. So there we were already into De Benedetto a bit, the 38. Yeah, we just pushed up too much in that corner, and there goes Hemrick riding us right round. So let's take a look at the points after Pocono 1. Like I said, a lot of point movement possible, but here you go, and tomorrow the points may look completely different. So this is where we're sitting as of now. It's going to change tomorrow. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to race Pocono 2, but that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for Pocono 2. Take care.